I'm going to quickly talk about something Matthew Perry, the late Matthew Perry, said. One of the things he said actually not long before he passed away, and something that I completely disagree with. I know I'm going to get a lot of people disagreeing with what I say here, but I think it's something that potentially contributed to his passing. I'm quite convinced of that. And it's also something that's contributed to the passing of my own brother. And that is the attitude that addicts have a disease and it's not your fault. So to me, that is one of the most dangerous things that you could put into the head of an addict, is that they have a disease and it's not their fault. One thing that addicts do to prolong addiction is look for any excuse to use. And sometimes when, they come to the end of the rope, when their job's at stake, they lose they can't hold relationships, they're facing poverty. Sometimes that's enough for an addict to just go, I can't do this anymore. I have to quit because I'm losing my job, I'm losing my relationships, I'm losing everything. And if I don't stop, I'm going to have nothing, I'm going to be homeless. Sometimes that's enough for an addict to turn around and never use again. But if you give an addict an excuse, like, I've been doing so well lately, maybe I can use just to celebrate, or I'm powerless, it's a disease, I've got a disease, it's not my fault. That is the best thing you could say for an addict to make them use again, is it's not your fault. If you're an addict and you've got in your head, it's not my fault, you will just keep using and using and using and take no responsibility in your own actions. I think the opposite, you have to tell addicts the opposite, that they have power. You have power to quit. It was your behavior in the first place that got you addicted. Now, sure, I can appreciate addiction is a complex, powerful thing to deal with. And it's not as simple as just willpower and giving up. I can appreciate that. But I don't think removing an addict's power is a positive thing. I don't think telling an addict, it's not your fault, you have a disease, I think that's a dangerous thing, and I think it contributes to addicts continuing addiction. A lot of addicts even losing their lives. Because as I said, an addict will look for any excuse to use. And if you've put into an addict's head that they have a disease and it's not their fault, then they're good, they're free, they can use because it's not their fault. They can blame the addiction. So I really think that addicts need to have the opposite information, that it kind of is your fault. You are the one that chose the behavior, so you choose the consequences. And if you want to have a better life, then you need to start making better decisions and stop taking drugs, stop using alcohol, because it's obviously damaging your life, it's damaging your health, it's damaging your mental well-being. And you do have the power, you do have the facility to get help, to start helping yourself, and to turn around and just turn everything around, stop taking, stop using, and start living a healthy, clean life.